Today I'm going to create another embellishment for this very special folio that Barbara, known as 49 Dragonflies, is going to create. She has invited me and some other artists here on YouTube to make 6 embellishments, and we have to send those embellishments to her and she will put them together in one folio. So this is an international collaboration. The other people who are participating in this are Joie De Fi, Artymaze, Teal and Tattered, of course Barbara from 49 Dragonflies, and me, Luise Heinzel. And I'm really excited how this whole thing will look in the end. And yeah, today I would like to make a tag for Barbara's folio, and I'm using her new digital printable paper collection. So we all are using this paper collection for our embellishments. This collection is called On My Desk, and she has created this in collaboration with her friend Ray. So Ray has painted the most of the little things like these paint bottles and distress ink pads and that stuff. You will see some of these things later. And this is a really gorgeous collection. And as I told you in my video yesterday, when I saw this paper, I was in this kind of flow mood. I wanted to create something really special, and suddenly I had this inspiration to take my little critters from my Och Katzelschworf junk journal kit. So this squirrel and the mushroom comes from this kit, and I wanted to combine that with Barbara's printables. This was an experience like going to a wonderland without Alice. So instead of Alice, in my little wonderland here is this little squirrel, and this squirrel has a really awesome job to do. It has to take this feather. Obviously it's a feather that you can use to write. You need some ink and then you can write with this feather, and this squirrel wants to write a really cute letter for this folio that Barbara will create in the end. So that is, yeah, the main idea behind this tag. I wanted to have this squirrel holding this feather, and of course the feather is much bigger than the squirrel. I mean, like this would be in the reality, but that was my dream, or how can I say that, I was living in when I have created these embellishments. You will see that on my other pieces as well. It's some kind of a dreamy land, so I don't know how to say that, but I had so much fun creating this. And here I'm trying to get some more dimension to my tag. So as you could see a second ago, first of all I had to manage to bring the feather to the squirrel, so I've cut around it, and then it looks like the squirrel is holding this feather. And now I'm trying to decide which of Barbara's embellishment thingies I would like to put here. So this flower that you can see in the background comes from her printable as well. The same with this little label thingy that I will turn into a little pocket in a second. So I thought on the bottom of this tag it's a little bit empty, and I wanted to have something like a base. So I think it's a cool thing when you have such a printable as a base and you can do your own things and turn this printable that, yeah, everyone could have in this world. If everyone who is making junk journals would download the printable, they all would have the same tag, but you can turn it into an individual piece and into a unique piece of art. And that's what I'm trying here, to arrange these things so that this tag in the end is one of a kind. I'm distressing this little label thingy. I've also crumbled it up a little bit so that it looks a little bit more old. And now I'm trying to find the right position for this thing so that I can glue that later. So in this point, I have laid down everything like I wanted. I have not glued anything yet because, you know, during such a process, the things can change, and then it's not such a good idea to glue everything immediately. So I decided that I want to have some lace on the left side, and when I had that and had this decision made, then I glued everything. I'm using some bookbinders glue here because, yeah, the paper that I have printed this printable to is really, it's a matte photo paper, and this bookbinders glue is really strong, holds everything together really well. But of course, you can use any glue that you want. But some people asked me which glue I'm using, so I'm telling you that here. And then I tried to get a little bit more interest to the left side of this tag. And I also wanted to have this shape of the tag not so normal. So I used this really, strong lace. It's really wide, and yeah, you can not oversee it. Do you know what I mean? I glued that here with a glue stick because that's, I think the best way to glue such a thing. And later on I will sew over this so that this will stay in place forever. So make sure, if you want to do that, that the lace is really flat on the back side. Then I'm using a piece of Barbara's printable. This is such a background page. I think there are 2 background pages in this set. I'm just folding that to the right size so that I can use it as a backing for my tag. I'm just gluing it here like this so that I have 2 nice edges on the left and the right side. Do that really exactly so that it's really a rectangle and not anything else. Then I'm figuring out how high this whole thing can be, and then I've just placed the tag into the middle, and then I've sewn around. Then this looks like so, and I really like this blue frame around this. I'm just cutting the corners of this space so that this outer shape is a tag shape as well. And with this lace, this top tag gets a little bit out of shape. Do you know what I mean? Because the lace is, on the left side wider than the paper is. I mean, it's a little bit out of control. But with this frame around and with the sewing around this top tag, it gets its shape back. And I really like those tricks and some kind of trick things with my sewing machine so that the shape of the tag is still visible and it looks not so irregular. Or I don't know how to say that. I think you know what I mean. Here on the bottom still something is missing, so I decided to use another piece of the same lace, and I wanted to have some buttons here. I think these little critters have to collect something, and they have to have something that they can play with. When they are on your desk and they are helping you with your craft projects, they have to have some joy and some free time as well. So you are making a break from your crafting and you go away and they are still on your desk and they are playing with the buttons. So that was the idea behind this. And of course, buttons are also very cute on such a tag. So, Barbara has brought this idea, this project to life. And Barbara always is teaching us that we have to use 3 of the same elements and arrange them in an irregular triangle. And of course, she's right. That's always a good idea. So I tried to follow her tip here to make this triangle, and I used these 3 buttons to follow this idea or this instruction that she gave us in her tutorials. These buttons look a little bit boring, so I decided to take a little flower. So this is made, I think it's a material between paper and fabric. I don't exactly know what it is, but you can take it apart really easily. So I decided to use the bottom layer of this flower for the top buttons. Sorry. and the top layer of the flower for the last button, so that it's a little bit, yeah, irregular but regular at the same time. It's a good idea to clamp the buttons with some clamps so that they can't fall off from the tag and that the glue can dry really, really well. While the glue is drying, I'm taking this tag. Excuse me, please. This comes from Barbara's printable as well. But for my pocket, this obviously is a little bit too big, so I cut it into a smaller size so that it can fit into my little pocket there. That was not so easy to figure that out because I didn't want to lose too much of this butterfly. This butterfly looks really, really interesting with this little gemstone, hopefully that's the right word, on top. So it's, yeah, I think a piece of art itself. I mean, how she arranged these things digitally is really interesting, and she did a really, really great job with making these printables. So Barbara, if you are watching, I really, really love this set that you have created. And yeah, hopefully I'm allowed to say that here. Barbara told me that for this set she was inspired by my printables and the things that I am creating for my shop, and I was really honored to hear that because I'm a self-taught digital designer, and if I hear something like that, of course I'm really, really happy, and I totally see the things that Barbara took from my kind of printables to put it into this printable, and that's a really, really amazing experience. So Barbara, thank you very much for this. It's really, really cool. Okay, so let's go on with the tag. So the back side was a little bit too boring for me, even if this is a really interesting background page, of course. But I wanted to have my own things here, so I decided to put some Distress Oxide ink here with the help of a stencil. I've used this exactly same stencil yesterday for my waterfall embellishment, so I wanted to have this thing here on the tag as well to get some what's this word, cohesive, is that the right word? I think so. I wanted to have this theme with these little things that are going through my embellishment creations. To fill this pocket a little bit more, I've used this little book, and that's so cute. I think Barbara's friend Ray did a really, really amazing job by painting all these little thingies that are incorporated into this digital design. So cool, so many details to see, and I think my camera can't catch all of these tiny things. So please visit Barbara's shop and check out this awesome printable. In her shop you can of course see the preview of all of the pages that you can get within this set, and you will see the details much better than here in my video. So a second ago I have talked about this 3 things in an irregular rectangle. So I decided to make some eyelets here and put them to my tags. And when I had put the first eyelet on top of the tag, I thought, I could attach a ribbon, but no, that's too boring and that's too normal. I mean, I will send this to 49 dragonflies. Yeah, do you know what that means to me? I mean, it has to be special. And I wanted Barbara to see that I have learned something from her tutorials as well. So I did this 3 thingy triangle thing with the eyelets, and hopefully she will realize that I only did that because she has taught it to me. Yeah, okay, so some of this stenciling to the background as well, so that we have this theme and this little vintage thingy on the tag as well. And in the last step I decided that I want to shade around this focal point, so this whole tag is some kind of whimsical and a little bit overloaded, and I wanted to have this squirrel with the feather and the mushroom little bit more popping out. So I took my Stabilo oil pen and a water brush and tried to get a really light but visible shading around this. I tried to blend that into the background. Yeah, please decide by yourself if that was successful. So that's my little tag for this collaboration, and I'm really excited what Barbara will think about this, and of course I'm excited to hear what you think about this. Please leave a comment if you like it or if you don't like it. Please give some suggestions what you what you perhaps would have done different. I think one day is the day that I know the difference between probably and perhaps. Yeah, so that's it. Please also visit the other channels. I have listed everything down below in the description box, so check out the other embellishment ideas. I'm sure you can get a ton of inspiration for your own embellishments and your own journals or folios or whatever you are going to create. And thank you very much for watching. Stay healthy, stay creative. See you the next time. Bye bye.